How hard is it to move around like that?
Thank you for the question. It's it can be tough, just the different footwork, playing on a different side. But honestly, I'm glad that I was able to get that experience. And now I know I can help my team in different ways. It's not ever easy to play different, but I think it was great experience, and now I know I can play that position. So it was great, honestly.
And people may say, why is it so different? But when you've got somebody that close to you, your kick step, drop step, whatever you want to call it, probably got to be a little smaller than it is if you're a tackle, where you can kind of swing out wide. What are some of the other differences?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the main one for sure. The tightening of the footwork. I'd also say the hand fighting starts sooner. At tackle, you're kind of setting and you meet the defensive end at a spot. Whereas it's the same thing at guard, but that spot is just quicker and they're closer to your body. That's one. I think also like pass protecting in both directions, like if that makes sense, like that's another one, like whether you're sliding with the tackle or you're sliding inside to help the guard, what you do at tackle too, but just different. It's just different footwork. As practice went on and then I got the game experience, I felt more comfortable as everything went on.
Has it been kind of a game changer to be getting all the reps at left tackle for you?
I would say, honestly, it's a blessing. I'm happy to be out there. I take pride and I take honor in the fact that my coaches and teammates trust me to have me out there, for that many reps. I enjoy it. I love playing. So it's a blessing. I'll be honest with you.
I just didn't know if it helps to just be good, knowing your guy and getting those reps piled up versus alternating.
Yeah, I don't know. There's, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm trying to think. I don't just give you I say, like, definitely in practice, like, when I knew we weren't doing that, I was doing extra conditioning after because I knew, that's probably a bigger toll on the body. I'd say that's probably the biggest difference. But I tried to set myself up during the week, and we conditioned in practice by finishing and stuff. So I felt good. But, yeah, just higher reps, honestly. That's the biggest difference. But it's just, it's football.
What's it been like being here and kind of learning about this Clemson-South Carolina rivalry thing?
Yes, sir. It's been great. I'm from Virginia, and Virginia Tech, where I'm growing up, that's the big rivalry. And moving here, I didn't understand it at first, like the magnitude of it, but you get into the culture of where we're at, and you see how it means a lot to a lot of people. And honestly, I think that's great because we're in a position to play for something bigger than ourselves. It's a big game in the state of South Carolina. We can make a lot of people happy on Saturday in this state. So I think we all take pride in that, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
After your family kind of moved here to be with you, did they get a sense of what it was all about, talking to people that they were, hey, this is what it's like?
Most definitely. I would say with our neighbors, for sure. We have a neighbor who's like all Carolina, and they weren't as quick to be confront us as the Clemson people, but you kind of just see it everywhere. Everybody's one or the other, but there's still that Southern hospitality. Everybody's kind anyway, but it definitely gets competitive. I've seen in every aspect.
Kind of watching last year, even though you're on the sidelines, could you tell though that there was a little different edge in that game?
Yeah, you can definitely tell. Like I said, that's a big one. Like it's one of our goals. Win the state championship. Because every game is the most important game, but some got a little spice to them, and that's definitely one of them for both sides. You can feel it. You can feel the tension. But it's two great teams, two great programs battling out, so it's always gonna be great.
Did you take a visit there?
Yes, sir.
What do you remember about the environment down there?
It was electric. I remember being great. I went to the South Carolina-Alabama game my junior year, and I just remember their fans being great. They're fully bought into South Carolina. They love their team. They love their coach. It was a great atmosphere, honestly. Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Thanks, Tristan. How much confidence would you say the offensive line as a whole is gaining over these last 2 or 3 weeks, just stringing together
Yes, sir.
some of these performances?
I'd say we're playing with a lot of confidence. We get confidence from our preparation and the work that we put in. And I feel like how we played the last 3 weeks is just a result of just that, our work. And as great we feel like we've played, we're just as excited to continue that on Saturday and, give our team everything we got.
Any questions for Tristan virtually? Anybody else in the room?
I think Coach Sweeney said that, Will Shipley it's good things happen when he's mad. Can you tell on the field that he's like a little mad after something goes wrong? Like, what's it like when he's mad?
Yeah, I mean, he's just, he's a dude, and he's an edgy guy, all right. And when he's playing with the edge, and you see that fire, I think it's contagious to our whole offense, because I'm seeing that guy. I'm like, that makes me want to run through a brick wall for somebody. You can see that red in their eyes, and just his effort and the way he plays is inspiring to the rest of the team, and I think the whole stadium really. So I'm just blessed to be able to block for him.
So like when he comes back to the huddle, like after the fumble possession, like you can kind of see it in his eyes, like
yes, sir.
Intensity, like what?
Yeah, you can see it. I went over to talk to him, and he's like, I'm good. I'm getting it back. Like you just know what you're gonna get from him after that. Like y'all could tell he was about to bring it, which is good. But yeah, I talked to him. He's just like, I'm gonna get it back. Trust me, I'm gonna get it back. So yeah.
Just back to you on the technical side of things, and watching you coming out of high school, the technical side of it, your punch to me has gotten so much better. Fighting with your hands, is that something that you really have concentrated on?
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you. I appreciate that. And most definitely, my high school, we ran a wing tee offense, so it was just your hand in the dirt, going vertical. And our pass protection, we passed maybe 4 times a game. It's kind of just jelly set back and then just keep them in front of you playing basketball. And I knew when I got here, quickly going against some of our elite pass rushers we have, like I'm going to have to play to my strengths and play long and have a strong punch. And that's something I really appreciate you saying that, because I try to work on that since I got here. We got this it's a punch bag in the weight room, and I like to put this rubber pad and just work on the 1-2, 1-2, the punching. And we do a lot of drill work with Coach Austin, working on that initial punch. And something that Brandon Thomas has been helping me a lot with is not just throwing them, but throwing them with intention, working a punch grab or switching your hands, flashing, different stuff like that. But yeah, I'm trying to just improve my game any way I can. And a tackle, a punch is a big part of that, an offensive line. But I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
So now they teach you when an offensive or a defensive lineman jumps, what do you do?
When they jump in the air?
Yeah. They
jump in the air, you push them down, try to get a knockdown.
Had you ever done that before you got here?
No, I actually hadn't. A couple of times on field goal in high school, I did that, but I never really had most of the time in high school, I would just, there normally wasn't a 3-5, a 3-tech, so there really wasn't a threat of a twist. So I would just jump set the defense end if we were passing, which we only did a couple of times. But no, I never had that opportunity, but it's fun to do. I like it.
So when you got here coming out of that wing tee and you ran your first skelly in practice, and all of a sudden we're flying down the field, we're running a tempo period. What was that like for you? That was definitely a tough adjustment. Getting the stance was huge for me. I think getting my stance, it's still not exactly where I want it to be, but it's definitely better than when I got here. But I quickly figured out how quick
how important like little things and details are in offensive line play, and especially a tackle, like your stance. If you're a millisecond late, that's the difference between a sack or you washing him past the quarterback. So really just being comfortable in a stance and finding a stance where I can make all my steps out of. That was the toughest part. But that first Skelly, it wasn't pretty. I false step, I overset, you name it. But it's cool to have that footage to look back on, and it improve. I can keep improving, and hopefully I'll look back on like what I'm doing right now next season and be like, wow, I've gotten so much better. And that's what it was about for me, improvement. Just want to keep improving.
Around here, my last question. Anybody ever give you the Jackson Carmen comparison?
Just, I think Coach Sweeney, he said something about our feet, like the dancing bear. He said that one time, and we're both big with curly hair. I've heard that a couple of times. But I watch his stuff all the time. Jackson's as talented as an offensive lineman there is. But yeah, no, he's fun to watch. But yeah, I get the curly hair, and I've gotten that a couple of times.
Anybody else for Tristan? All right, Tristan. Thank you, man.
All right. Hey, thank you guys for your